Welcome to Clip Easily channel. Today we will discuss another topic of medieval history, and we are covering Ghatnachakr book of history, which is very important for PCS exam. So today topic is Delhi Sultanate. So first we will read these notes, and after that we will do questions. So the Sultans of Delhi Sultanate from 1206 AD to 1290 AD are popularly known as Sultans of slave dynasty, whose founder was Qutbuddin Aibak. They were all Turks and their dynasties were separate, so it is more appropriate to call them the original Turks Sultan or Mamluk Sultan of Delhi instead of calling these Sultan as the Sultans of slave dynasty. The first ruler of slave dynasty in India was Qutbuddin Aibak. He was from a Turk tribe called Aibak. In childhood, he was brought by the Qazi of Nishapur, Fakhruddin Abdul Aziz Kufi, as a slave. From childhood, he used to read the Quran in a very melodious tone, due to which he became famous as the Quran Khawa, the one who recites the Quran. Later, he was brought from Nishapur to Ghazni, where Gauri brought him. On the basis of his talent, passion, and honesty, he gained the confidence of Gauri. Gauri promoted him to the post of Amir Akhur. His coronation was held in June 206 AD. 3 months after the death of Gauri, Aibak's capital was Lahore. Aibak never held the title of Sultan. He kept himself satisfied only with the titles of Malik and Sipah Salar. After obtaining the liberation letter from the Gauri's successor, Ghiyasuddin Muhammad, Aibak got rid of slavery in 1208 AD. Due to his generosity, Qutbuddin Aibak used to donate so much money that he was called by the name of Lakh Baksh, who gave lakh. Aibak had built mosque known as Qatul Islam in Delhi and died in Kajhopra in Ajmer. He started the construction of Qutub Minar in Delhi, which was completed by Iltutmish. The fourth story was damaged by lightning, which was rebuilt by Firoz Shah Tughlaq, also spelled Firoz Shah Tughlaq. He built 2 floors. Sultan Qutbuddin Aibak died in 1210 AD when he fell from a horse while playing the game of Chaugan, a game similar like to modern polo. He was buried in Lahore. The first Sultan of Delhi was Iltutmish. He received the acceptance of Sultan post not from any god ruler but the Khalifa. The Khalifa recognized the rule of Iltutmish to all those areas which he won and gave him the title of Sultan-e-Azam. Iltutmish was called slave of slave because he was slave of Aibak. Aibak himself was a slave. So Iltutmish himself Iltutmish was a Turk of Iberi tribe. Qutbuddin Aibak was of Aibak and he is of Iberi tribe. Before becoming Sultan, he was the governor of Budaun. Budaun is modern Uttar Pradesh. He was with the Muhammad Gauri and Aibak during the campaign to suppress the Kokahar tribe rebellion in 1205 to 1206 AD. In the war, Gauri was so influenced by the courage and skill of Aibak that he freed Aibak from slavery. Mongol invader Genghis Khan came through the northwest front of India during the reign of Iltutmish, chasing the fugitive ruler of Khwarizm, Jalaluddin Mingburni. Genghis Khan reached the bank of Indus River. Jalaluddin Mingburni sought refuge to Iltutmish. Iltutmish dared not to risk the invasion of a dangerous and furious invader like Genghis, so he prudently refused to give asylum to the Khwarizm. Mongol invasion trouble also went back with Prince Mingburni in 1224 AD. In 1225 AD, Iltutmish defeated Hisamuddin Awaz in mountain of Rajmahal near Talaiya Gadi and annexed Bihar, Sharif and Bahar. Awaz had accepted the subordination of Iltutmish. Iltutmish had appointed Malik Jani as the new Subedar of Bihar. Iltutmish was the first to use the pure Arabic coin in the Sultanate period in India. He introduced two important coins, silver, other name was Tanka, and copper, Jital, of the Sultanate period, and started the tradition of maintaining the name of Tankshal on the coin. Iltutmish received a certificate of Khilafat from Khalifa of Baghdad in 1229 AD, which made Iltutmish a legitimate Sultan and Delhi Sultanate an independent state. It is known from the Ibn Battuta's description that Iltutmish had set up two statues of marble in front of his palace, which had two bells hanged in its throat, with which anyone could ring the bell and demand the justice from the Sultan. Iltutmish appointed the officials Qazi and Amir Dad in all cities. According to Dr. R.P. Tripathi, the history of Muslim sovereignty in India began with Iltutmish. According to Sir Ulzul Haig, Iltutmish was the greatest of slave ruler. According to Dr. Ishwari Prasad, Iltutmish was undoubtedly the founder of slave dynasty. Razia al-Din, also called Razia Sultan, was the first female ruler of medieval India. As an individual, she violated the tradition of Islam for the first time in India, and politically she emphasized the power to be the hand of the Sultan instead of dividing the power into the Sheikh or the Subedar, and thus they supported the principle of absolutist dominated monarchy of Iltutmish, which was the interest of the Turkish rule at that time. Turks played an important role in overthrowing Razia Begum. Turks under the leadership of Governor of Bathinda, Malik al-Tunia, rebelled against Razia and overthrew her. The full name of Sultan Balban was Ghiyasuddin Balban. Balban ruled the Sultanate from 1266 to 1287 AD. As Sultan, he was also known as Ulugh Khan. Like Iltutmish, he was also a Ibari Turk. He laid the foundation of a new dynasty, the Balban dynasty. Balban was caught by Mongol in his childhood, who sold him at Ghazni to Khwaja Jamaluddin, a resident of Basra. He was brought to Delhi in 1232 AD, where Iltutmish bought him in 1233 AD after Gwalior victory. Impressed by his ability, Iltutmish gave him the title of Khasdar. During the reign of Razia, he earned the rank of Amir Shikar. In the conspiracy against Razia, he was the Turkish warlord. Consequently, Barham Shah became the Sultan. The Balban got the title of Amir Akhur. Due to the grace of Badruddin Rumi, he got the Jagir of Rewari. Rewari is in Haryana, modern Haryana. Mahmud Shah became the Sultan with the help of Turkish Amir, in which Balban played an important role. Consequently, he got the Subedari of Hansi. Balban married his daughter to Sultan Nasiruddin in 1249 AD. On this occasion, he was given the title of Ulugh Khan and the post of Nayabe Mamalikat. Balban sat on Delhi's throne in 1266 AD. It is said about Balban that he adopted a policy of blood and iron. There were two main characteristics of the rule of the Balban. Firstly, the position of Sultan is given by gods, and secondly, the Sultan must be autocratic. Balban had created his political ideology inspired from the popular heroes of Persia. The king was considered the god representative on the earth. Niyamate Khudai. According to him, he is only after the prophet in the pride and prejudice. Jille Ala or Jille Ilahi means reflection of God. He was the first Sultan of Delhi who established the principle of a state. He told his son Boghra Khan the post of Sultan is a living symbol of autocracy. Balban started many traditions of Iranian Empire in his court. He started the ritual of Sizda and Pabos, kissing the feet of Sultan. In his court, he started the practice of celebrating the Persian festival Navroz with great joy every year. Balban established a military department, Diwan-e-Arz, to combat Mongol. Balban made Imadul Mulk his military minister. Diwan-e-Arz, who was a very honest and hard-working person, he kept him free from the financial control of the wazir so that he did not lack wealth. So this was the note portion. and we will discuss question now. So first question is, who was the founder of Sylv dynasty? It's very obvious, Qutbuddin Aibak. Who was the first ruler of the slave dynasty? Qutbuddin Aibak. The first ruler of slave dynasty was Qutbuddin Aibak, who ruled for 1206 to 1210 AD. He established his capital at two places, first at Lahore, then shifted to Delhi. Qutbuddin Aibak was born in Turkestan. Though he was ugly in appearance, he was intelligent and impressive in behavior. He was taken as a prisoner and sold to Qazi of Nishapur named Fakhruddin and slave in his childhood. He was taken care and provided with the proper education military training by the kind-hearted Qazi, but soon after the death of the Qazi, his son sold Aibak to Muhammad Ghori. Next question is, it's a very big explanation. So we have discussed this in note portion. Which Sultan of Delhi Sultanate is known as Lakh Baksh? Qutbuddin Aibak, because he was very generous person. What is Adhai Din Ka Jhopda? It is a mosque. Who among the following did not contribute to building the famous Qutub Minar? So see, Qutbuddin Aibak started, ultimate finish, and when it got damaged, Firoz Shah Tughlaq repaired it. So Ghasuddin Tughlaq was not involved in his maintenance or his creation. Qutbuddin Aibak, the founder of the Delhi Sultan, started construction of Qutub Minar. Iltutmish added 3 stories to the tower. The topmost story was damaged by lightning, which was rebuilt by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Firoz Shah Tughlaq built 2 floors. Ghasuddin Tughlaq contributed nothing in its construction. So next question is, the capital of Qutbuddin Aibak was? So it's A, Lahore. After the death of Muhammad Ghori in 1206, his general Qutbuddin Aibak, who was in charge of Lahore and North Indian possession, was invited by Amir of Lahore to assume the power of Ghori. Qutbuddin ruled initially from Lahore, later moved to capital Delhi. Ildas, governor of Kirman, ascended the throne of Ghazni. It seems that it was the desire of Muhammad Ghori that Qutbuddin Aibak should succeed him in India. In his brief reign of 4 years, he moved his capital to Lahore to frustrate Ildas, ambitious of annexing Punjab. He strengthened his position by matrimonial alliance with the influential rival Turkish chief. Nasruddin Kabacha of the Multan refused to accept Qutbuddin as the ruler of Delhi. Due to this, Aibak always stayed in Lahore and never got the chance to move to Delhi. Okay, how did Sultan Qutbuddin Aibak die? So, D option, he died after fall from his horse while playing Chaugan, a game like polo. Who among the following established Delhi as the capital of Sultanate? So it's B, Iltutmish. Iltutmish was the founder of Delhi Sultanate. Before his Aibak ruled from Lahore, Iltutmish was the first real Turkish Sultan of Delhi. He is said to have introduced first Arabic silver and copper currency, which were too basic, 175 gram. The Sultanate period, in response to the lack of silver, Iltutmish introduced a new bimetallic coinage system in northern India consisting of 11 gram silver tanka and bullion jeetal with 0.25 gram of silver. Okay, when silver shortage occurred, he used to mix these two elements. So Delhiwala was devalued to be par with the jeetal. In 1220, Iltutmish got recognition as the Muslim Sultan of India by the Khalifa of Baghdad. Iltutmish, after that, assumed the title of Amir ul Mominio, the commander of the faithful, and had name of Khalifa inscribed on his coin. This was a great achievement of his life. Who was the first Sultan of Delhi who introduced regular coin, declared Delhi the capital of the empire? So Iltutmish, B option. Which one of the following was the capital of Sultanate during the reign of Iltutmish? D, Delhi. Who among the following Sultan of the Sultanate was the first to shift his capital to Delhi? C,